All right, well, let's get started with this today's webinar on questions and answers. Like I said, I've got a few questions already been asked of me. So what I'll do is I'll start with that, and I want to show off some new features, some new reports, and some new updates as of the last few days so that you're made aware of it. So one of the first things I want to show you is that we've added a new report, the multi-map report, and that you can email or print it off, and also your hit counter. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know what a hit counter is, but your hit counter is how many hits your listings have are accumulating. So, for instance, if I had some listings, which I don't, all my listings would be under my matrix, my listings, right here. Okay? Or I could go to my active listings right here. Now, as you can see, I don't have any active listings yet in this list because I'm not an active agent. So I do have some incomplete listings. So if I go to my incomplete listings, what I can do is change this right here where it says my incomplete listings. I can change it to my hit counters. My hit counters, now I don't, like I said, I don't have any listings in here, but this would have all of your listings and how many times they've been emailed and auto prospect out to your to other clients, how many times it's been saved as a favorite, how many times it's been doing a lot of things there, and things like that. So the hit counters right now, if you were able to look at it, there was not an option in here to email that out to your clients, the messages and stuff, or how many hits you've had. So what I'm going to do here is show you that if I had some listings, and like I said, I don't have any active listings, so let me go to my incomplete listings here. If these were my active listings, all I would need to do is hit this little button right up here that says click here to run as a full search. Now, I don't have, like I said, I don't have any active listings, so I can't really click on that to run it as a full search. So let's just pretend that I did that. What would happen is it would pull up all my active listings in a full search like this. So that would be all my active listings after I hit that button that I just showed you there. Now, if I want to email or print the hit counter, what I would need to do is select the listings that I want to email or print, and then I would go down to my print button down here at the bottom. These are my listings. I would just select the ones I like. I hit the print button, and then my hit counters is right here. So it's under the print button, and it's called my hit counters. I could email it or I can print this. So let me hit the print button here. And now that's what it's going to do. It's going to do those three listings, the hit counter. But there again, they've got to be my listings. You would be able to do this with your active listings, and you can see how many hits and views that they have. And I could share that with my clients and show them, hey, look, I'm doing my part. I'm marketing your house. Clients are viewing them. People are saving them as a possibility or as a favorite, and they've been viewed in the last few days and things like that. So I think that's very important. We kind of had something like this in the old system. It was a prospector activity. Here it's just called hit counter. So once again, I would just, on my home page, all I'd need to do is hit my active listings. I don't have any active listings, but so I'm going to hit incomplete. And then you would need to hit this button right up here. But since these are not active listings, I'm not able to hit this button. So for example, I just pulled up a search I did real quick. And that would be what I look like if I'd hit that button there, if I had active listings. And then all I'd do is just select the ones I want, go down to prints, and do my hit counter. Now, right underneath this is the multi-map view. That is the new report that was just put out there. So if you do a search for some houses and you pick several of these listings and you want to map them all on one report, all you do is hit the print button. It opens it up and you choose the multi-map reports. The multi-map report, I can email it or print it off. So if I hit the print the PDF option here, you're going to notice all these houses are numbered for me right here. And down below are the list of each house, the MLS number, the status, price, beds, and bathrooms here. Okay, so that's your multi-map report, and that's a new addition that's been out there. So all you do is just select the listings that you want, hit the print button here, and then that's where you get the multi-map view. Now, one of the first questions I got as I jumped on here, I believe Tom asked this question. I think it was Tom Miller. Yeah, Tom, this was your answer. Tom wanted to know how to add fields to this column up here, because this agent single line view may not have all the fields that you like in this list here. So what you can do, you can come in and create your own version. In fact, I've already created one up here, and you'll notice they say my next to it, my DOM grid, my contact grid, my single line, my hot sheet grid. So you can create your own grids here, and this is how you do that. If I hover over any of these column headers, you notice I get the 4 arrows. Okay, the 4 arrows means I can just click on it, and now I can either remove that field or I can insert a new column. Well, I want to insert a new column like Tom wanted. He wanted to add a field called subdivision. Now I could scroll down and find the field called subdivision, or I can simply just type in SUBD, and now I can see subdivision or subdivision code. Well, I just want to add subdivision. So I highlight subdivision, hit apply, and right where I said I wanted it, it's right here. But if it doesn't look good and I kind of change my mind, well, I can just move it right over to where I like it at, maybe right here, and it'll leave it right there. Now, something else I can do, I can take out certain fields. So if I don't want listing agent name, I can just click on it again, and instead of saying insert a column, I want to remove a column. So now that column is out of my list. Okay. Something else I can do, see over here on the far right, I've got an icon for the photos, and I've got an icon here for the history. Well, watch what I can do. I can drag this way over here to the left. I like it to the left because now it's quicker for me to get to instead of way over here on the right-hand side. So now if I want to see the history of any of these houses, just hit that little clock, and I can see the history of it. If I hit the MLS or the photo icon, just opens up the map of that without leaving this background of where I was at here. Okay, so now that I've added fields, I've removed fields, and I've been moving them around. In fact, I kind of like area to be to the left of address instead of the right. I need to save this. Otherwise, if I don't save it, it will be gone the next time I come back in. So what I need to do now is right up here where it says agent single line, 25 per page, and by the way, you can change this to either 10 per page or 25 or 50 or 100 per page, whatever your setting is at. I'm going to leave it at 25. But right next to that, it says per page, there's a piece of paper right here. This is manage display. If I click on that, now I can give it my own name. Now I'm going to call it single line grid, and then I'm going to hit save as copy, and now you'll notice it says my single line grid. Okay, but now every time I do a search of this same property type, which I think this one was single family, it's still going to default to the agent single line. I would have to choose the my single line grid. If I want this one to be permanently here and not the generic agent single line, I need to go right next to that piece of paper right here. There's a little gray wheel right there that I can just click on, and I can set my current display, sort order, and count per page as my defaults. So if I click that, every time I do a search now, residential search, it's going to be this grid, and in the same way I sorted it, not the previous, not the agent single line grid. So I hope that answers your question there. You can, and like I said, you can create as many of these as you want. So you can have one that has, days on market and some other stuff here. Now, I think someone else, let me open up these questions here and kind of take a look at this real quick. I think someone else, while we're on this topic here, what happened to my questions? I just kind of lost it there. I think someone else had a similar question, but they wanted to add a certain field on here. Is your new listing likely on the phone? How do I? Okay, June. I think June asked the question. Will you be adding selling agent to the additional fields? Now, June, I think you might be talking about this right here. If I click, can I insert the selling agent's office here? Let me try. Now, I think I saw sell firm code. There's sell firm code right here. Let's see if I got sold. Let me add that sell firm code here. So there it is. Let me hit apply and see what this one shows me. So it does show me who sold it. But look, I've got some other. They're all sold status, so I'm not sure why I'm that there. And let me insert a column here. Let me add sold. Sold dates, sold payment, sold type. Okay. That's something, like I said, we can make a note on here. I got Sharon on this call too. Maybe she can make a note. It might have already been mentioned too. So
yeah. Hey Keith.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that it's not in there right now, and neither is listing agent. But all the fields that are available will be added to that, and then also within each search form as well.
Okay, so you're talking about back here on the criteria, they'll be added here too?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so yeah, so June, I wasn't sure if you were talking about there or if you want to be able to add it as a search criteria field. It does sound like that is coming. There's just some business rules behind that we were talking about, and so hopefully very, very soon we'll have that on there for you. Thanks, Sharon. Yep. So hopefully that answered your question, June, on that. Let's see. Now, Tom, you also had another question. Tom had a question where you did a concierge. Hopefully everyone knows what a concierge search is, and I can always go through that if I need to. But a concierge is an auto email, okay, that goes out to your client. Or it's an auto email for your client. But what it does, like I've got an auto email for Tyler Perry here, and it does not auto email Tyler until I approve them. So as I look at these listings for Tyler Perry, and I see some listings here, and I select some, if I hit the approve button, I'm not honestly sure, Tom, exactly what message goes out when I hit approve. I don't think it's that welcome message. I don't think it's that welcome message that says, hey, whatever. Maybe that very first one does. I actually think it might be another set of messages, another message, and I'm not sure if I can change it. I really doubt we can change that message. So, Tom, I do have your name here, and what I can do is kind of follow up on that, because I think that's a good question to ask. I like to know the answer too, so I'll need to find that out. My knowledge is it just sends out a basic message that says that my agent sent me some listings, but I don't know exactly the verbiage of that or if I could change that message. So actually I don't really know the answer, so I'll try to find out for you, Tom. Okay. Susan, thank you. You had now that I can start looking at the questions I have in here, you had one of the first questions here. How do I save a new search to an auto email? Okay, that's going to be something you're going to really need to do. Everyone's going to need to know how to do this if you don't already. So Susan, this is how you do a new search and save it as an auto email. You basically just go to your search, choose your property type, and then you come in here and choose your criteria. I'm just going to say single family detached. I'm just going to pick an area of 14, which is the lakefront part of Metairie, and maybe some price range, 100 to 200. Nope, maybe not. Oh, I got 5 listings. I didn't think I'd get many listings there. Okay, so now I've done my criteria. Now I can either go to map or results. Now I need to save this. So I go down here to the bottom and I hit the save button, and I can save it as a search or save it as a new auto email. Now, let me explain the difference here. Save search, they are actually both saving as a search. This saved search is an inactive search. It is not saving it as a auto prospector. It is not going to be active. This one is. So I got a dilemma here. Which one do I want it to be? Do I just want to save it as a search, or do I want to save it and auto email it out to my client on a regular basis? Well, Susan, this is what you're going to want to do, is save it as that new auto email. So I'm just going to click on new auto email and come up here and pick my client, and let's just say it's for Ann Rice here. And I can blind carbon copy myself if I like. I can give it a message here. I can say Metairie Lakefront criteria. Now this message you can modify, so if I don't like any of this message, I can take everything out and type in my own message like, please click on the link below to activate your portal. Okay? And then maybe an exclamation point. Now, since I typed that in, I might want to take this one out. Okay? You can type in whatever you like here as your message. We will have that link in here. You don't see it in here, and the reason why you don't see it is because we don't want you to accidentally delete it. So we will insert that, that link for you. But if I want this to be permanently in my welcome message, this little wheel down here, settings wheel, I click on, and I can set that message as my default message. Okay? So there you go. And then I scroll down. There's some other options here. That's the concierge mode, which you probably won't use that often for certain situations, and I can explain that if you guys need me to. And the favorite searches on my home tab. That I don't think you're going to do either, because you only have 10 of them, so you're going to have to be choosy of what 10 you want to do. And then ASAP or daily, well, I like ASAP, and then I'm going to hit save. And that auto email saves. See right up here? Created an auto email, Metairie Lakefront. Now, if I want to find that one, Susan, that's up here under My Matrix. And now it's under auto emails. If I click on auto emails, I can see I've got an auto email right here for Ann Rice called Metairie Lakefront. Okay? Now, once you set them as an auto email, you notice the white circles, the red circles, and the green circles. Well, the white circles means that we're just waiting for that client to click on it to go view that that thing. Because remember that message got sent out and it says that I said please click on that link to activate it. These people with the white circle have not yet clicked on that email, so I'm waiting for them. Once they click on it, it becomes green. That means this person has clicked on the link and it's activated. Okay. So nothing new, no new matches will be emailed them until they click on that. But once they do click on it, they're going to see up to the moment, up to the second information of criteria that meets there. Now, if I notice that Steve Johnson has not yet clicked on this link yet, I might want to call him and ask him, hey, Steve, you haven't opened that link yet. Because what I could do is click on this, and I could resend that welcome message to him again if he hasn't saw it. Maybe he accidentally deleted it or something. So I could resend that message to him if he hasn't. Now, they got 30 days to click on that link to open it. Day 25, they'll get a message just saying, hey, your client hasn't clicked on that link yet, and it's going to be deactivated. Now, when it gets deactivated, it's over here, has a red exclamation point. Now, let's say right here for Tom, it got deactivated. Well, I can turn it back on if he wants me to. Now, I'm not just going to turn it on because I want to. I might want to talk to Tom first, make sure he wants me to turn it back on, and then I'm going to click on the Garden District, that search name, go to Settings, and then come down here and enable it. Okay, so when I hit enable, then I can save it as a search. I'm going to hit cancel here. And if I did that, if I would have turned it on, that would be a white circle. That message would have been sent back out to him, and everything's good. Now, so your time limit is 30 days on here. So as long as they're looking at it within 30 days, this search will never expire for Crystal as long as she looks at it at least once in a 30-day window there. Okay? So, Susan, I hope that answers your question there.
Hey, Keith.
Susan Gray, you said, is there a way to send a new listing automatically to a client so they can see it on their phone without having entered their portal? Susan, yeah, absolutely. Actually, no, what you're going to do, Susan, is the same thing as what I just did here, okay? So you're going to do the same exact step. Now, when they get that email and they open it from their phone and not from a computer, it still takes them to their portal, but it's a mobile version of that portal. In fact, copy yourself and open that email up, and I think it looks pretty nice. That portal looks pretty nice on a mobile phone. So they do still see it on their mobile device, but it's on their portal, and it's the mobile version of their portal, and it's the same thing there. So I hope that answered your question there, Susan, because either way, if they click it on their phone, mobile device, or on the computer, it still takes them to the portal, but the phone is not the full size of the portal. It's more of a condensed version of it, and it fits it and shows it nice and neat. Thea, you said this, I need to know how to redo an auto email once I get the notice that the client hasn't looked at it, in 25 days. If I talk to them and they ask me to continue, how do I do this? How do I extend it as expired? Okay, yeah, so Thea, on this one, just like I kind of showed you here on Tom's here, if it's already got turned off, or let's say this one right here for Tom Benson or Crystal Ball, let's say it's about to be turned off. I got that notice for Crystal that in 5 more days it's going to be turned off. All I need to do is kind of click on this here. Well, there's not really a resend. All they have to do is go to their portal, and they would do it themselves. What I can do here is here's what I can do is I could click on it and disable it, and now it's disabled, and then I can go right back to it, go to settings, and enable it again. And now it's turned back on, and now they got 30 more days to look at it. That's one way of doing it there. If they have not looked at it, like right here, it's white and they haven't looked at it and it's about to be turned off, if I hit that resend welcome message, it sends it back out to them. Okay, and they got 30 more days. So if this is day 25 or 26 and they still haven't opened it yet, just by me resending it, it's going to give them 30 more days. But I can only resend it one time. Once I resend it, now you'll notice I cannot click on that again because of spam. We don't want people going out there and spamming, keep hitting that resend, because then we're going to get on the blacklist of email providers, and people won't want to work with us there. So I hope that worked at the end. Thea, you also said, can we email that to clients? I think I was just talking about that there too. I think I answered that this. If I didn't, let me know. Okay. Okay, Nick, or Nikki, I'm sorry. I don't know how to delete properties in my saved search results. I delete them and then they, well, Nikki, what you're doing when you're saving your search, just like in Elmo Exchange, the old system, when you save a search, you're not saving those criteria, those houses. You're saving a criteria, not the properties in there. So if it's an auto email for your clients, then what it's doing is it's sending it to your clients on their portal. Now they can go in and reject it or delete it if that's what your question is. But when it goes out to my client and she looks at it, like Crystal Ball, let me show you this. If I send these listings from Metairie here, it's got a set amount of criteria, and it produces some houses. I can get rid of those houses because they currently match their criteria. But if Crystal gets this email if I open up Crystal's portal, when Crystal goes to her her portal, she's seen these houses here, and the reason why she's seen these houses is because it meets her criteria. These houses meet her criteria, so if she doesn't like any of these houses, she would start rejecting them right here. Okay, she would reject them. I cannot reject them for her. Okay, but she can reject them, and then they would be a trash can, and they would go up into our trash can up here. Okay. Hope I explained that okay, Nikki. And let me scroll down to see if you responded to that question here. Okay, so if I didn't answer that right, in fact, let me see if I get any follow-ups from Thea's. I was asking about the hit counter. Oh. Not sure about the hit counter question, Thea. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that. Yeah.
Hey, Keith.
Okay. Yeah.
She was just asking if you could email your clients the property hit counter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you can. And you probably may not have seen this, and I need to turn up your volume, Sharon. It's kind of hard to hear you there. Okay. Yeah, so Thea, yes, you can email your hit counter. That's under the home page. Click on your active listings right here. I don't have any active listings, so I'm just going to hit on my incomplete listings. What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to hit this button right here. This is click here to run as a full search. And when you do that, you're going to see your listings here. All you need to do is check mark the listings that you want to email. This would be your these would be your listings. Okay, so you just put a check mark next to them, hit the print button, and say my hit counters, and you're going to email that or print that off. I did that at the very beginning, but you know not everyone might have been on the call by now. So yes, you can email it or print that off there. So I hope that helped there. Carolyn, could sold price be added to the client thumbnail and the agent with photo view? I know it's been added already on the full view. Let's see, view at the top. There's no quick, easy way to see sold price when looking at sold listings. Okay, so you're talking about, Carolyn, here under the agent full view. Now, wait a minute, are these sold? I'm not sure if these are, no, these are active listings. Let me get a sold in here. 35 matches. Yeah, I do notice that the solds are way down here on sold date or sold price are down here. I think you're asking to put them right up here with the other prices. Well, I mean, we'll decide that. Sharon's on the call, so she's heard that. But let me go to the client thumbnail view. Now that right there, I don't see the sold price. That is the sold price, $565 for that address there. If it was active listing, that would be its list price. If it's sold, that's its sold price. That's what we call a current price. So whatever its current price is, if it's on the market still, that's the listing price. If it's sold, that's the selling price. So $565, if I switch it back to the single line view, see 550 or 550 right there, not 565, it was 550. So the client view, that is, now can we show list price and sell price on there so that way you know what it's listed for? Well, we can do it. It's just if we go in and make modifications here. And I'm not sure about adding like sold date and sold price per list, sold price per square foot and stuff on this thumbnail view. Now I do know it's added to the full view, the client full view. If I once again go down to the bottom where all the sold stats are at, you see sold price per square feet is down here, sold price and sold date and days on market's down here. So that has been added to the client or the client full view. And I believe the client full with map also. It's been added down here. but it doesn't look like it's on the thumbnail view, and I'm not really sure if it can or not be put there. Well, I know it can be. I just don't know if they want us to or not.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
I think we're actually planning on adding it to the thumbnail or making maybe a separate sold one.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So we're working on it.
Okay, good. Good to know. So, yeah, it looks like there's plenty enough space here to add that there. So, okay. And Wayne, you said when receiving the Market Watch list, do you have to back to the home page each time to review the next list, new prices, decrease? Oh, I gotcha. Yes, I believe so. On the Market Watch one, okay, so if I'm on the Market Watch one, if I hit the new listings, it's going to take me to the new listing. So then I would have to go back to the home page and click on the price decreases here. Now, if I use the hot sheets, because see, the old system didn't have a Market Watch, but the hot sheet here, actually, in the old system, the hot sheet looked like the Market Watch. That's what it was. It just looked like, because now you can see them here. And then in the old system, you could just change that little pick drop-down list and change it. So here, you do have to come back and click on it. But if I use my hot sheet up here, and I have all change types in here, on the hot sheet, you're going to see right here, new listings, price increase and decreases, all right here. So they're all going to be on one list. So let me go back a little bit further on this one here. Let me go back 3 days to better show it. See, now I got my new listings, price decrease, and back on markets and withdrawals and stuff like that there. Okay. So hope that answered your question. Yes, but no. You can't do it on. You have to go back to the home page on the Market Watch, but if on your hot sheet, you could stay on the same place there. So it doesn't work exactly the same way. Johnny, when adding photos and saving them, the first photo shows as no picture available. Is this being addressed? When adding photos, the first photo shows no picture available. Huh, I'm not sure about that. And let's see, you said, sure, how do I send a private message? Oh, okay, sharing this. Is there an email address I could use? Yeah, it sounds like that might be maybe a certain thing. Looks like Sharon already addressed that for you there, Johnny. Yeah, it sounds like that might be kind of a specific issue with a certain listing there, and she wanted you to email that there. And Susan, you said, Susan Ann Burgess here, you said sometimes I run active or solds. One time it shows a property, next time it doesn't. Why is that doing that? I don't know if I really understand your question there or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I...
She needs the email specific times that that's happening so we can look into it.
Okay, say that again, Sharon.
That she would probably need to email us specific details about when that's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, send us an email. Is that what you're saying? Let us know the specific. Yeah. Okay, and who they email? The email address?
My MLS at nomar.org.
Okay, thanks. And while we're talking about that, Sharon, someone said, is that found anywhere in here? Is that like under help or something, that address? Because I wasn't sure where it was at, and maybe that's something we could post somewhere for someone, and we can do that for you if you like. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's been in quite a few of the message of the days, but yeah, that would probably be a good idea to go ahead and post that out there. Okay, maybe we can create like a help section, like how to contact us or something there. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Susan Gray, can I change the fields for the one-line CMA? No, you can't. If I go into, let me pull up one of my previous searches here. Let's see here. I think this one had some solds on it. Was this the one? Oh, that was my hot sheet there. This one, this one had some solds on here. So if I pick these houses and I use the one-line CMA,
No, it's just that right there, and we're just stuck with those fields because it's a pre-created report for you. And then Susan, you also said this is not specific to just one client. All clients are saying they do not want to have to enter their portal to see one property. Some are reporting using other broker sites because they did not have a portal. Okay, let me address that, Susan. What you can do, if I choose these houses here, if I go in and pick a handful of houses, whenever I hit the email button, you're correct. It never asks me which report to send it. It sends it to the portal here. But if I want to bypass that portal and and just send them a specific report of those 7 houses I selected, if I hit the print button, I could email it to them in the client flyer view or the full view. And then I can select that and I can hit the email button. And then it's going to email just those 7 listings in the client full view, and they will not view it on their portal. Okay? They will not view it on their portal. Now, the beauty of using the portal, and a lot of places across the country that I've been training on, they've been having a portal option for many years. And the beauty of the portal is that if I send my clients 5 listings today, 2 tomorrow, 3 the next day, and this and that and whatever, what if they don't open that email? What if I send them all these emails and they open most of them, but they miss 1 or 2 emails and they don't open it? They're going to miss it, and that happens. I mean, it's happened to all of us that we just don't open up every single email that's out there. And so the beauty of the portal is that it's a magnet. It collects every single thing I ever send them. So it doesn't matter if they miss this email or miss that email. They will not miss it. Now, they need to start rejecting them and getting rid of them if they don't like it. If they don't want to see it again, then just tell them to hit that little trash can, and they won't see it again the next time they come there. So, but you can still email that full view. It's just under the print button down here, okay? So whenever you use the email button, you are correct. It always goes to their portal, but they need to hit the print button, and now I can just do the full view and email it to them if I don't want to use it. Because there might be, and you're absolutely right, there might be some clients that just don't want that portal and that ability, but you can still email it to them in that view there, okay? I hope that one helps for you there. And Susan, I just want to see if you've followed up on that for something there. Follow-up question, I used to send the client view to the client in a search, but also had the detail view sent to me at the same time. How do I do this as a possibility? Now, on that one there, now on the auto email, Susan, I will say the auto emails, there is not an option on the auto emails. But if I do a manual search, I can hit the print button, and like I said, I can choose the full view and email it to my client, and then I can do the full view and email it to me. Or if I hold down the control button, I can email the full and the client view, email it to myself. Now, you know you don't want to send the full to your client, but email these 2 both to myself, and then I can just forward the client view to my client. So you can still do that, Susan. It's just not under the auto email option there. So I hope that one helps you there. Tom, well, wait a minute. Let me go back, and I need to go back up to the top here. Okay. Cindy, can you set an alternative welcome message other than the default so you don't have to type it? Oh, absolutely. You might have missed this at the very beginning, Cindy, but yeah, whenever I save this as a new auto email, this message here, if I don't like it, you can take out anything and everything in here, type in your own stuff like, please click the, if I can type, please click the link below to activate. Okay, blah, 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 blah. And if that's what I want it to always be, that little wheel right down here, if I click on it, it will set my welcome message, and I don't have to type that message over and over again. Now, if I update this message later on, change it, I just need to make sure I hit this again and set it as my defaults. So I hope that answers your question, Cindy. I meant I want 2 different welcome messages to use for different clients. No, because yeah, no. That would be nice to do. Maybe we'll add to where you can have like little templates of email messages and do, and have one for this client, one for that. The only way I can think of, Cindy, is maybe put both messages together in here, and then all I have to do is take out one verbiage and leave what's remaining for that client, and then take out the other verbiage and leave what's left for the other one. So put both messages in this one message here, but that means I need to make sure I tweak that message every time. So on here, Susan, you said we need to get this auto email to get both views, please. I think that's I agree with you, Susan, that I like to be able to do an auto email and then bypass the portal. I think that would be a perfect solution for everyone. So I do agree with you. If it was in my power, I would have fixed this a while back. So. But it is, most people, I will say most people like it that way and like the portal. It does take some time to get used to it, but I've been seeing it all over the country, and then people, mass majority, love the portal there. But I like the option too, Susan, to turn it off. I agree with you. So I hear you. And it has been mentioned, has been passed on. I just don't know if and when it will ever be done. How to send one version to a client but another version detail view to me at the same time. Not at the same time. You have to do them separately, Susan. You will have to do them separately, not at the same time. And that, like the old version, because you could send the auto email, the client one view and the agent another view in that auto email, absolutely. So I would love that feature too. And if I was king of the world for the day, I like that feature, so I'm hoping, like you, we can get that done. So I agree. Cindy, yes, this is being recorded. I will give this to Sharon, and hopefully we'll put it under the Help tab. Let me show you this. Under the Help tab, we have a section right here called Jezrin Matrix Recorded Webinars, I believe. We have several of the videos that I've recorded. These are not really webinars. These were just those videos that I've done. But the top one was a webinar I did on the 17th. And this one, we can put another one on here for March 27th webinar, the Q&A webinar, which I'm doing right now. So that will be under the Help tab there. So good point, Cindy. Roberts. Can I ask a question about the search that may have been covered? Yes, sure. Let me know what your question is, Robert. I'm going to go on down this list here and see if you've asked that question. So please do ask a question, Robert. Thea, when doing a search, I will pick 5, 10, and then would like to deal with only the 5 that I picked. Fusion would let me, oh, okay, yeah. But I can't figure out how to do that. Yeah, Thea, watch this. That's a very, very common question people ask me all the time. And okay, so once I do my search, I pick my area, I go to my results, and if I see these houses in here, and I pick just these 5 houses, or 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever, if I pick this, I want to hide the other ones. I just want to look at those 7 that I picked. Well, it's right down here on my bottom button bar. It's called Refine. If I hit Refine, then I can hit the Narrow button right here. Narrow will just fill, like the old system. The old system, you would select them, and then you'd say Show Selected, or Show All, or Show Unselected. Well, that's my Narrow button. Now I'm just showing just the 7. And if I went back to my map, instead of all 60, I'm only looking at the 7 houses on this one map right here, not all 60 of them here. Okay? So that's your Refine button. Now, if you want to undo that, get back, there's 2 ways you can do that. Actually, 3 ways. I can use my back button at the very top of this, and it takes me right back. Yeah, there we go. It takes me right back to my last set of all 60, not just the 7. If I also hit the Narrow button, right here where it says narrowed original results, and I'm seeing 7, right above that it says right here, original results. So if I click on that original results, it takes me back to my original 60, not the 7. Or if I narrow it down, I can also change this from my single line view. No, actually that wouldn't work in this case here. My bad. So yeah, those are my 2 options, my back button. Oh, I know where it's at. It's over here on my recent searches. No, actually it's not in there. Okay, so yeah, I would have to do my back button there. Okay. Now, the opposite of that, Thea, is if I pick these houses, let's say I pick them because I don't like it. Let's say I'm in the middle of a CMA and I'm kind of going through this. As I see houses I don't like, I select, and then if I come to refine, I can say discard. And if I discard them, now I'm down to 53 and not 25. And what's nice about the discard is I can undiscard them. Undiscard just brings them all back here. Okay? So I hope that helps you, Thea. Let's see if you followed up on that one there. I want only the selected properties to be in the portal for my client. Can I do that? Watch this, Thea. Yes, that's kind of a follow-up on your question there, Thea. Okay, and you had another question. I'll have to answer that one later, but Thea, since that one kind of relates. Now, if I do these 60 matches here, and I come down and I hit the save button, and I save it as a new auto email, these 60 listings or these matches will all be on her portal there, okay? Personally, I like that because I want her to see these, and it's her choice to weed out the ones that she likes or doesn't like. She would have that power to do, but if I already know that these houses right here, these 5 houses that she does not like any of those 5 houses, what I can do is I can go to refine and I can discard them. Once I discard those 5 houses, now if I go to save as a new auto email, it will only send the 55, not the 60 of them. So I can discard those, and she will not see those on her portal. If I come down here, you're going to notice her criteria is residential active in that area, and 5 listings have been discarded. Now, once I discard them, they will not be on her portal again. Okay? So I can do that just to let you know. So if I don't discard anything and I just leave them as is and I save it as a new auto email, what currently matches that criteria will go to her, okay? But before I save it, if I go to refine and I discard, then those houses will not be on her portal. So yes, I cannot put them on her portal. But there again, I don't mind them being on her portal. If she doesn't like it, she needs to hit the trash can on her portal, and then she trashes it, okay? And then if it comes back on the market, she'll see it again if it changes price or something like that. But I like my clients to have that control, but I can do that if I want to, okay? So I hope that answered that question, Thea. Let's start at the top again, see who's next in line here. Tom, when doing an auto email with Concierge, the listings that I don't want to send to the client stay pending for approval. To remove them, should I reject them? Absolutely. Or if so, would the client see what I have rejected? No, they don't, Tom. So, so Tom, on your question here, and that's the beauty of the Concierge, is Tyler Perry's got 18 matches here. They're waiting for my approval. He doesn't see them. So if I come up here, if I select some of these and I hit approve, boom, he gets an email, and it's and he sees them. But if I reject them, they go off this list. He never sees them. Okay, he will not get seen those messages there. Now, if he changes his mind down the road I can go back to my show 10 rejected, and I can unreject them. I can put a check mark here and approve them, and now they're sent to him. Okay? So the old system, you never had that feature. If you sent those matches to you and you liked them, you would just forward that email to him. If he didn't like them, you wouldn't forward it to him. Okay? But if he changes his mind months later, it was very, very hard. You'd had to go back to your email history and find that email that you didn't forward to him and then forward it to him. Well, here we keep count of all the ones that you didn't forward to him, and then you can just pull it back up. So I really, really like that new way. Hope that helped you, Tom. When on a mobile device in full site mode, why can't I change the search parameters from my saved search criteria? I've been able to do that on my mobile device. I've done it on my phone many times. So that might be something that we need to work with you separately on, Michael, or something like that. Obviously, it would be best if you were here and you showed it to us. But and this is what Michael's asking for. He wanted to change his search criteria. Now I'm showing it to you on a computer, and Michael's saying that on his mobile device. I would just say your cell phone or tablet. If he goes to his My Matrix and goes to Auto Emails, he's wanting to change the parameters. He's wanting to change the price range or bedrooms or bathrooms on this search. So he said that he's clicked on this. And to change this price or change the area, you notice I don't even have a price range in this search. All I need to do is hit the criteria button and then go in here and add my price range of, let's say, 200 to 400. Okay? So you should be able to do that on your mobile device. So I'll be glad to work with you on that later. Send us some examples, maybe to mymls@nomar.org. mymls@nomar.org, Michael, because yeah, you should be able to do that. Just make sure you hit save once you've done that there. But you should absolutely be able to do that. Michael, yeah, can we show unselected like we used to? Yeah, I did show you that just a second ago. Someone else had that question. That was this one, Michael, under once you do your search. Let me save this here. Once you go to results and you see your houses and you select some, yeah, that's under the refine button, and you hit narrow. So I did just show that. I'm not sure if maybe you typed that question and before I showed it or not, but yes, you can. Okay, next in line was Johnny. Where do the agents upload their photos, headshots, and matrix to be included in CMAs? Oh, okay, Johnny. That's right here. That's under My Matrix, My Information. Go to My Matrix, My Information. Well, on your header and footer, well, it's actually right here under header. This is where you can change your photo. You can hit Change Photo. It's going to show the photo you currently have. And now you can hit Browse. And now you can browse your computer, find your photo. Find that photo that you want, and then you can upload it. Okay? And then make sure you hit Save once you do that there. Okay, let me hit Cancel here. You can do that on your mobile header also. It's using the same photo, but you can change it and have a different photo there. And that's my graduation picture there. So I can come in and save it there. Let me cancel this here. CMA cover sheet. Here again, you can change your photo here too, and pick which one you like. You can choose from ones that you've already uploaded in here. Okay. I don't know why that's there because I didn't save it. That shouldn't have been there. Okay. So hopefully that one helped you. D, you said, why don't properties show up in order as I enter them? Oh, up here in the address bar, if you type in the address. Yeah, I noticed that too. That's been mentioned. I don't know if that's an easy fix or not. I know it has been reported. Because if I type in, 5, 6, 7 MLS numbers, it would be very, very nice if they were in that same order there as I type them. But you're correct. They don't do that. It has been mentioned, so I just don't know the complexities of that. Okay. Thea, complaint from client. She says she can't email a particular listing to her husband. Can that be added? Now, Thea, what you can do on your client, if I have a client in here that has an auto email, and let's say it's a Crystal Ball, and she also wants her husband to have it on here too. What I can do, I can click on Crystal's name, not the report or not the search name, but her name itself, which takes me to my contacts, and I can edit her contact record, and I can add Crystal's husband's name in here as an email address. So if it's Tom, then I can say tom@something.com. So you can add up to 5 email addresses separated by a comma or semicolon. So that right there, and when I do that on that auto email, both of them are going to get sent to a link to the same place, to the same portal that she's looking at there. Okay? So that's the way. But if I did it the one way I just kind of showed you guys earlier, I think it was Susan I might have showed, if I picked some properties here and I hit the print button, remember I can pick a client full view and I can hit the email. If I hit the email and email this to Crystal, she should be able to forward that email to her husband and see that there. The reason why she may not be doing that is because in her contact record, you only have the one email address in there. You have hers, not her husband. So if she tries to forward it to her husband, the husband's not associated with that portal that she has, and that's why the client or her husband can't see it. So all you need to do is go to your contacts and pick that client and then add her husband's email address to the list, and then she can do that there. Okay? Hope that works there for you. Michael, in the multifamily search, will you be adding the unit of our unit info, beds info for each unit for exporting? I have submitted this twice to my MLS email box. That's the best place, Michael, to import that or mention that there, because I would not have any ability to do that. Could we potentially? I top of my head, it sounds like something we could do, but my MLS is the place, and believe me, they will look at it at these emails. I know you sent it twice. Sharon's on this call here too, so I'm sure she can make sure we look at it again. But we are inundated with all kinds of stuff, so hopefully we'll get to it sooner rather than later. But you did send it to the right place, and I just made a note to have them look at it too. So we'll make sure we don't miss that one there. Julie, I want my number to show as blank as an agent's number. The office number should be just the office section. Also, my team partner does not show, just office. Julie, I think.
I'm handling that, Keith.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
thanks. This happens about her. Oh, I got you. Put in a listing. I got you. Thanks, Sharon. When I put in a listing, this does not work. I know the system information. I think, Julie, that was the same thing. New listing comes that way. I put a listing. This does not work. I know the system correct, but when I add a new, okay, I think, Julie, that's related to what Sharon is working on there. Okay, thanks. Katie, apologies, joining too late. That's okay. Broker tour and open house reports. Can I set them up to auto email multiple people each week? And 2, does the link to the broker tour and open house report expire after the day of the tours? I believe it does. If I go in and schedule an open house or tour, it should get turned off once that open house has already hit. So I believe that does. But can you set them up on auto emails for multiple people? Yeah. Let me show you that one, Katie. I do search broker open house, and I type in, let's say, dates of today, and let's say through the 8th there. Okay, well, maybe that's too far. Let's go to April 1st. Let's just kind of shorten that. Okay, I got 41 matches. If I hit, if I put in my criteria, if I go down to save, okay, no, I guess not. I cannot save that as an auto email. Okay, I wasn't sure about that, so it sounds like we cannot save that. I don't know if it's able to or not. I can save the search, but it's not an auto email. But I can save the search, so I'm going to just put that on my list. I don't know if that's a functionality thing or something we can or cannot do. I'm not sure. So good question. That way they can stay on top of what's coming out in the future and send it there. Auto email.
Bill's been working on that. I know they've been doing behind the scenes trying to make that work properly, getting it added. So
okay, good. So it's already on the list and got the right people looking at it. So good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure either. So I'm glad he's looking at it. Good. No, let's see. I would like the ability to go back and forth. Michael, I forget what that question was about. I apologize. I am on my mobile device and go to search and try to change from my saved and try to change it. It will not let me change it. Michael, I'm going to put that on my list to play with. Michael Hart, I'm going to actually put your name down too, so if I need to get into it, I can research it. Change criteria from mobile device. Okay. So I got your name, I got that there. So I'll have to look at that, Michael, and see if I can reproduce that or not. But I want to do it for multiple properties, not just a single property. Well, that would be a cross property there, Michael. I think that's related to the same thing. You just do a cross property report, not a single report. So I think I might have that there. Okay. Susan, Theo's question is specific that husband doesn't want to be bothered until the wife clears the listing. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So he doesn't want to be bothered with all these emails, but once in a while wants to be able to forward it there. On the auto emails, yeah, it's either all or none, and then only way would be, let's see here. The only way would be for the none. Okay. Because then if she just wants to forward that. Let me try this, Susan. I think this might answer your question. You guys are really challenging me here, which is good. I like that. That's how I learned more about this. Let's say this portal is for her client or her the wife, okay? And she does not want the husband on this, or the husband doesn't want to be on this, okay? So the wife's on here just getting this. But all of a sudden, she sees one or two houses. In fact, let me pick the ones that have a heart next to. Maybe she really, really loves those two. She can come down here, and she will have the ability to hit the email button down here. Now, on that email button, now see, I'm not in as a client, but on the email button, she can email it not just to return that message to her agent, but she can email that listing to her husband on there. I'm pretty confident she can do that. So try that as an option down there. Select it, and then on her portal, she can select them and hit the email button here. So let's try that one, Susan. I think that's would suffice there. Okay. So that would probably be your option. Let me make sure there's not a follow-up on that one there. Possible email multiple people, the broker tour open house all at once. Yeah, right now, Katie, you can email the multiple broker tours to multiple people. You can do right now. It's up to 5 people. So if I'm back here and I do that broker, see, this is the broker open house tour. So I can pick those listings or one listing, if I go to actions, I can hit the print button, and then I can pick, the single line or the open house or the full or the client full, and I can email that. When I email it, I can email this up to, right now it's up to 5 people at a time. I can do that too, okay?
It was just changed to 15, Keith.
Okay, now it's 15. Thanks, Sharon. Now you can do up to 15 people here at one time, okay? So you can do it there too multiple times. Okay. Let's see here. But if she likes a special property, she wants the email from portal. So Thea, I did just answer that. Did that answer your question, Thea, from the portal? I might be looking at an old message here. So if her husband's on here, she can pick those 2 specific houses and email that, and they should be able to get that there. Something I might want to play with too. Okay, yes, thanks, Thea. Okay. Julie, I have called no more and used several times. Okay.
The same issue.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Robert, I am in the process of creating a new listing. Okay. It has been saved in my office pending listings. Okay, Robert. I can get to it another way and update it, but there is a property I sold in my office pending listings. Would like to correct this. So you're wanting to correct a listing. How do I schedule broker tour for this Wednesday? Okay, so you've got a listing in here, Roberts. If you go under My Matrix, My Listings, you would see your active listings, or if you're the broker or whatever, you should be able to open up your office active listings too. So either way, you would just open up your active listings or your office active listings. Now, once again, I don't have any active listings, so I need to pull up my incomplete ones here. So what I'm going to do is just put a check mark here and go to edits. And when I go to edit, this is where I can add my photos, add my attachments. I can change it to sold or expired, but here's where I go under residential add edits. And I believe here is where I do is this correct, Sharon, how I do the broker tours?
No, go back. It's like by the photo.
Right here. And see, I'm not logged in as a, Robert, if you don't mind, real quick, I'm going to log in as you. I've already got, I can find your, I already know what your, I can go behind the scenes as you here. So hang on a second, Robert. That way I can see it just your way, not. Okay. If I go to My Matrix, My Listings, so there's your incomplete listings. Here's your active listings. So you got an incomplete listing in there. So if I put a check mark here and I go to edits, looks like you don't have the ability. Looks like your office person would schedule these, I believe.
No, it'd have to go active first.
Oh, okay.
Because it's incomplete.
Okay, so you have to make it active first. And once you make it active, then you'll be able to do that there. And Sharon, you're saying it's down here by the photos?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it'll be somewhere down in here, Robert, where you can do that. And you said the address is on Chocolate Tulips. Yeah, there it is. But it's still an incomplete listing. Where by the photos? Where by the photos? Well, you'll see it. It'll say broker tour right here. It'll say something like that right there. Okay. It's just not an active listing. That's why it doesn't show it there now. Okay. Does that help, Robert? Okay, let's check some of this out here. When it is active, yes. Yes, it is. When it goes active, Robert, absolutely. Okay. Let me log back out as you. Okay. Susan, you said when I created my own one-liner display, none of the fields are clickable. Is this something can be fixed? Okay, so you're saying you did this. Let me pull up a search here. Actually, let me pull up something else. Let me pull up this search here. So you went in and created your, let me pull up, not a broker tour, but see, I created my own one-line view. You're saying clickable. The only thing that's really ever clickable is this right here, the MLS number or address. Everything else, and even in the old system, so I don't think I understand exactly what you mean. You should be able to put a check mark here. They
I
aren't.
think she's talking about being able to sort by
Okay.
like clicking on ML number, type, address.
Oh, absolutely. You should be able to, Susan. Let me pull up 21 houses here. If I click on, and let me change this to my single line view. If I pull that up and I hit list price, I should be able to sort by price. They aren't clickable on my page. Is that what you mean there? Or are you talking about these, right, the MLS number or the address can't be clickable? I'm not sure. Robert, I think incomplete stay that way for 3 days as incomplete. Is that right, Sharon? If they have
There's actually no limit.
Oh, there is no limit. Okay, so they stay there forever and ever. Okay. Susan,
Yeah,
you said,
until they remove them.
okay, sorting isn't, okay, great, isn't the issue. The MLS field isn't clickable. So you're saying right here, these MLS numbers are not clickable? Wow. Correct. Okay, Susan, do you mind if I go behind the scenes as you real quick and see it? Sure. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me do a quick Blake Lee, I think it is, yeah. Susan, log in as here. And let's go behind the scenes as you here. Okay, so if I do a search, pull up one of your previous ones, and you've got one called My Everything. Look at that. Let me try something here, Susan. Let me open this up. Let me go to Insert Column. Let me do, I wonder if there's another ML number field. No, there's not. Huh. I have never seen that. Hang on a second. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to your agent single line. See, it is here. It is clickable here. But if I change this to My Everything, I don't see it there. So let me change it back. Now, if I have this and I hit this button and I call it Everything number 2, I'm going to make a quick copy of this, Sharon, or Susan, I'm sorry, Susan. See, when I made a copy of it, see, now it is clickable. So my question is, where did that MLS field come from? Because I'm not seeing any other option there. Huh. The only way I know to really fix this, yeah.
I was gonna say I'll call Susan after this and get the specifics.
Okay.
It's really strange. I've never seen that either.
I haven't either. And Susan, let me delete this everything number 2 that I just did for you. Let me delete everything number 2. The only thing I can say is just recreate it just by adding your new fields and make it look exactly like the everything field and call it, and then delete this one here. So I don't know why that's not there. That's kind of weird there. So yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned. I didn't know what you're talking about. So I'm glad I was able to log in as you. So that really helped. Tom, you said instead of an unsubscribe link, can we just have an unsubscribe button to click? I have actually had the client click the unsubscribe link by mistake. Well, if Tom, if they accidentally click, your client accidentally unsubscribes from that auto email, you can turn it back on. So all you do is if I go to my auto emails here, and let's say Tom down here accidentally unsubscribed from my search, and he wants me to turn it back on, all I have to do is click on it, go to settings, scroll down here, and I can enable that search, and then resave it again. And then it would be a white circle, and it would be sent to him again. Does that help, Tom? Because I'm not sure what you mean by a link to a button. So that link inside that email, it has to be a link. I mean, we can't really make it a button or anything, and it would do the same thing, but you can turn it back on. So I hope I answered that for you, Tom. Please let me know if I didn't. Is it possible to create a group of contacts, such as a certain 15 people who are looking for the same area? What you can do, Katie, is if I go up to my contacts here, well, I guess you could. Remember, we've increased that limit to 15 emails, so if I add someone, the first name might be Matrix, or my first name might be A, last name might be Group, okay, A Group, to where my email address would be, all 15 email addresses in there. But I really don't know if I want to do that, because then they're all going to kind of be seeing the same portal, if you get my drift there. So what you might want to do is when you add your clients, go up to the category and create a custom category. And then that way you can say, this is my my auto email group. Email group. Now, you're kind of testing my limits here. So if I have certain people into a certain category, then I would see that certain category right here, and I can sort it that way, and I can pull all those people up at one time. But see, then what I would do in that, Katie, is once I have an auto email, let's say I come down to my auto emails here, and I see this one here called Old Metairie, and it's for Crystal, but other clients might like that same search. What I would do is click on it, go to Results, and then save it as a new auto email, but this time it's going to be for Tom Benson, okay? And then once I do it for Tom Benson, then I'm going to come back in and save it as a new auto email for my third client, Ellen, and then save it. And then, so you're going to have to do that 15 times, because I really don't think you're going to want all 15 of them seeing the same portal in the same group. So I just think you're just going to want to copy it. I think that's what you're talking about there, Katie. So that's the ability I would go. That's what I would recommend, is go to auto emails, pick that one search that you like for that one client, but just go to Results and then save it as something else. You're welcome, Julie. So Katie, I hope that answered your question there. Okay. Thea, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Katie. Thanks for letting me know. While you were talking, I went to my auto emails and tried to reactivate search by a person. I hit the disable button at the bottom, but then there is no enable button. Yeah, watch this. Only options to delete. Yeah, so Thea, you're correct. When I go to my auto emails and I select one, disable means it's going to turn it red. It's going to turn it off. It's not going to delete it. Delete would actually be gone permanently, and I would lose it. Disable would just turn it off like this. Now it's a red exclamation point. It's turned off. But if I want to turn it back on, you are correct. There is no enable button. I would like to see an enable button right here to turn it back on, but this is how you do it right now. You just click on that search, go to Settings, and then right down here hit Enabled, and then save it. And then once you save it, you notice that red exclamation point is gone, and now resend it to her again out there. So that is your enable button there. okay, or re-enable. But I agree, I think it would be nice to have an enable button down here too. You're welcome. How do I get a property out of my office pending listings? There is a property as sold. Well, if it's in your pendings, that sounds like you need to go and change the status to sold. It shows if it did sell, then it sounds like you need to go into your listings and change it to sold. So Robert, if you don't mind again, I'll go right back in as you. And show you this. What you would do is go to My Matrix, go to My Listings, change it from incomplete to My Pendings. There's your pending. Yep, that's the one you were talking about. All you need to do is put a check mark here and go to Edits. And then, well, okay, you don't have the ability to change the status, so you need to talk to your office manager or whoever does your listings for you. They need to change it to sold, because right now it's still showing as under contract. And if it's sold, you need to talk with them about changing it, because they haven't changed it there. Okay, so so that's what we need to do there. All right, no other questions. Anyone else? Questions? Going once, going twice, 3 times. Gone. No. Should the pending listing be in that place? Yeah, if it's pending, it's under contract, right? I believe that's the correct place. Hang on a second. Let me look at the home page here. Pending. Yeah, under contract and pending, I would recommend. Let me go to My Listings again. Active listings with no photos, pending, off markets, because it's not off market and it's not active, it's not incomplete, so it would be pending. It's under contract, right? So it's no longer active. So, well, it's not pending a sale. Pending and not finished the listing. Not finished the listing is an incomplete listing there. Pending means it's active, but now there's a contract on it, okay, which means it's not technically still active, it's now pending a sale. So that's what pending or under contract means. It's pending a sale. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Hey, Keith, I did want to add, we actually did get the length of the auto email from 30 days to 60 days.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, good. So now those auto emails, remember back here under the links, auto emails, remember it was 30 days. So I assume, Sharon, that on day 55 you'll get the message then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So so now it's 60 days they had to click this link, okay? So as long as they go there once in 30 days, is there. Robert, you said my incomplete listing on Shop to list is not there. No, it was under incompletes, Robert. So if I go back in as you here real quick, it's your listing on Shop to list was under incompletes. See, it's not a pending listing, so Shop to list won't be there. Your Shop to list will be here under incompletes because it's not active yet. You haven't submitted it to the MLS yet. It's not a live listing yet until you do that. It's still incomplete. We're waiting for you there. Okay. So Thea, you said if the portal is used at least once in 60 days, it will go on forever. Absolutely, Thea. Absolutely. So as long as that client, they got 30-day window. So if they don't look at it in 59, then they'll, yeah, please do, Robert. If you have questions later today, just let us know. Okay. But yeah, Thea, you're absolutely right. They got 60 days to do that. And once they go to it, they've got 60 more days. So in theory, it'll never expire as long as they go there. Robert, you can, I'm not really sure the phone number, but I know you can email at myMLS. It should be all over the place, the phone numbers.
Yeah, the phone number is 504-456-9903. That's Corelogic's phone number, and if they don't answer, it'll send to AnswerLink, the support.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Sharon. The email, Robert, is mymls at NOLA, or I'm sorry, mymls at nomar.org. mymls at nomar.org. Okay. All righty then. I appreciate your guys' times. You too, Robert. Thank you. Have a great weekend, you guys. And this has been recorded, so I will get this out and we'll get that posted for you. Okay. Thanks, everyone.